Hey guys, welcome back to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Data Genzi himself, and welcome to the third volume of What Reruns. This is an ongoing series where I repeat topics I of course already covered in the past. Maybe I repeat this topic because I didn't edit my video properly. Maybe it's because my opinion changed on it. Maybe it's because I didn't edit the video properly. Maybe it's because my opinion changed on the game. Maybe it's because I didn't edit my game video properly. Maybe it's because my opinion on the video game Super Mario Kart, what the heck am I talking about? Super Mario Kart was released on the Super Nintendo in 1992 because Nintendo wanted to make a multiplayer F-Zero game, but F-Zero was too fast for multiplayer. Yeah, right. Maybe if anything, just make the tracks a little bit wider, like they did in F-Zero 99. But I shouldn't complain, because this is the start to the best racing game series of all times. Mario Kart. But this game definitely doesn't have the best gameplay of all times. Yeah, so the gameplay is pretty weird. The drifting is like kind of a waste to do. It doesn't give you a speed boost, and when you do it, it just controls worse. And the computer players just cheat. Let's get this over with. The computers just cheat. They get to use items whenever they want, and most of their items you can't even get yourself. Oh yeah, and of course, the computer's rubber band, if you're asking. And yeah, the game is pretty weird that you're always having to have this map at the bottom of the screen. But I feel like it's fine because that's the way that the game was always played. It had multiplayer in mind, so what else were you going to put at the bottom screen if you can't get rid of the bottom screen? It would be pretty cool to see the top screen fully, but you know, it's fine. And also, for being the first game in the series, this is the first Mario Kart game to introduce coins. Apparently they make your kart faster. I certainly don't see it in this game. Well, now that we're done talking about the gameplay, how are the tracks in this amazing flat mode 7 game? They gotta be great, right? And I mean, there's no genuine way that the tracks will have reoccurring themes, right? Right? Starting with tracks from the Mushroom Cup, Mario Circuit 1. It's a really basic course. Nothing special about it at all. Next, Donut Plains 1. Another really basic course, but this time it's on a grassy field called Donut Plains. That's crazy. Next, Ghost Valley 1. It's a pretty fun course, still basic though, but it's good enough, I guess. Next, Bowser Castle 1. Not Bowser's Castle, Bowser Castle. I don't like the fact that there's really tight turns in this course. Why did they have to make it this way? And finally, to finish off the Mushroom Cup, Mario Circuit 2. Dang it, there's reoccurring themes. I should have known, because those previous 4 tracks I just talked about were ending with the number 1. So basically, Mario Circuit 2 is literally just Mario Circuit 1, but with this big jump at the end. Woo. Next cup here is the Flower Cup, starting out with Choco Island 1. This just burns my eyes. Next is Ghost Valley 2, basically a more fleshed out Ghost Valley 1. I like it, it's pretty cool. Next is Donut Plains 2. It's basically just a mirrored version of Donut Plains 1, but with like a few extra turns. And next is Bowser Castle 2, also known as, there's a section that literally just sends you into lava. It's literally just a Mario Kart troll course. And to finish off the cup, Mario Circuit 3. Honestly, this is the most overrated track in the entire game. In the future, of course. This is the most overrated track in Mario Kart Wii, and it's also the most overrated track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't care what anyone says, it's really overrated, it's really basic. I don't care if there's tons of fun shortcuts. It's not fun. Next we got the Star Cup, starting with Koopa Beach 1. It's basically a circular track, but with like islands and some water. And fish. Chocolate Island 2. This also burns my eyes. But this time it's got a big chocolate sauce puddle thing. Vanilla Lake 1. Bowser Castle 3, the best of the Bowser's Castles, even though there's lots of tight turns. It's pretty fun, not gonna lie. Plus it has these fun little jumps, better than the singular one big jump in Mario Circuit 2. And to finish it off, Mario Circuit 4, the best of the Mario circuits. Even though that, yeah, I just talked about how Mario Circuit 3 is really overrated. This is basically just Mario Circuit 3, but mirrored, but tweaked a little bit. But the tweaks are absolutely incredible. Now the next cup here, exclusive to 100cc and the unlockable 150cc speed class, we got the Special Cup, starting with Donut Plains 3, the best of Donut Plains, because it has this bridge jump that you have to do manually. Cool. Now next, Koopa Beach 2. This really shows off the Special Cup being hard. But then again, I'm now in time trials because I gave up on Donut Plains 3 because 100cc was too hard for me. That's gotta be embarrassing. And next we got Ghost Valley 3. My favorite track in the entire game, not gonna lie. It's really fun. It's got fun track design, even though that you can easily fall off the track. It's just really fun. I can't really describe it that well, mostly because of this game is really flat, you know? Vanilla Lake 2. And now, to finish off the entire Special Cup, and finally, a track that's completely different than the rest. The Mario Kart staple, Rainbow Road. It's pretty tough because there's no walls to save you from falling, and this is probably like the hardest version you can play of this track, because Mario Kart 7's and Mario Kart 8's versions is way easier to play because the track is wider. But if you're up for a challenge, it's right here. Plus it has some banger music. And speaking of the music, what do I think of the music? And to finish off Super Mario Kart here, we got the battle mode. I sadly had to accept the fact that I had to play against myself, so I literally just made one controller to control two characters. I can't believe I finally had to accept that from last time I played Super Mario Kart.
I can play with you.
How? You're me!
I thought you said you wouldn't break the fourth wall in this series.
Yes, I know, but at this point, I feel like it should just be a repeating thing. Plus, you said it too!
Fair enough. You still want to play?
Like I said, how? I can't control two players at once, especially if I only got an Xbox 360 controller and a keyboard.
That is just a theory, you know.
Go away!
Okay, fine. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Okay, I'm leaving. Good! Man, I'm glad that I won't be editing different me's into the same frame. Now, battle mode here is pretty fun. It's a 1v1, and you got these 3 balloons around you, and you just hit each other with items until you run out of balloons. Every time you get hit, you lose 1 balloon. And the battle mode has 4 different courses you can play on. The first course is based off of Donut Plains. Battle Course 2 is based off of Koopa Beach. You can use the exclusive power-up to Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's battle mode. The Feather, you can go into these little sections right here that you have to hide in and then pop right back out because it has these bouncy things. And then Battle Course 3 here is based off of the worst track in the game. And finally, Battle Course 4, based off of Mario Circuit. It's pretty easy to get lost and try to find the other player because of the way that the game renders itself. But honestly, this is peak battle course in this game. And with that, that was Super Mario Kart. It's fine. It's pretty flat, but then again, it's a Super Nintendo, and it's pretty unfair. But then again, it's a Super Nintendo. And this game is actually pretty good if you got low standards on Super Nintendo games. But it's not going to be a good game if you have high standards on a Super Nintendo game that was released in 1992. Man, this is still embarrassing to this day that I only have a coaster of Super Mario Kart.